Hi creative friends, this is Sreya and thank you so much for being here. So I allowed this to completely dry and I'm really loving so much about this. I am loving the little bits of ultramarine blue over here that are really contrasting with the hot spread. And what happens when there's such a vast difference in the ratio of the warm to cool, it really makes the whatever's in the minority. So I'll use this as an example. There's about 90% hot colors on the page, and there's only about 10% of the cools. There's a little bit of the Payne's gray over here and ultramarine blue here, here, and here. But by contrast, it really makes this pattern stick out. It really makes this, and even this little piece over here of Payne's gray, it makes it stick out more. It gives it more weight, more power. It gives it more space on the spread than what is actually going on. So just say that this blue over here was in a predominantly cool or neutral spread, your eye wouldn't be drawn to it as much. Like same with this and over here. So even though this is a very small percentage of the cools, it's really giving it a lot more weight and a lot more visual space than what is actually going on. So I hope I'm explaining that correctly. But I am really just so loving a lot of what's going on here. I'm going to bring it up closer, and I want all of this to show through, and that's the collage, the dictionary page collage, and I just love all this text, and I want to let this show through. Now, I want to remain kind of in this same vibe of a very hot palette, but I'm just gonna make some kind of, I don't know, lines and points of interest for me that I think are interesting. Now, what I want to do here with this hair is I want to put like a pattern on it, and I was thinking of circles, but I'm gonna think about it. I don't know if that's gonna look a bit too I don't know. I just don't know if it's gonna look weird, like if it's gonna look out of place, because I'm only gonna put the circles here, but it will mimic this circle here, and then maybe if I can put another circle somewhere else. So I'm just gonna ask myself the question, like, you know, hey, should I put tiny circles on here? And I don't know why, but I'm really kind of feeling it. So I think I'm gonna go with it. And the pen I'm using is a Pitt pen. It's P-I-T-T. They tend to be a little bit on the pricier side. Like this was about $4, I think. And like I've mentioned before, it's not buying the one pen, but just say you were gonna buy it in like, you know, 5 or 6 different colors. It's just the multiples that can add up. But I love this pen because it never fails me. Like it you know, you can use them for a really long time, and like they're not like my my Sakura pens. So I'm just gonna kind of like put some lines on there. And what I want to do with the face is I did lay out some alizarin crimson, and what I think I want to do is like keep it very abstract, but I'm still gonna put the eyes and like the facial features, but I want to keep a lot of the collage that's already on there. Like I don't want to get rid of it, and I think we're gonna make her with her eyes closed here. And I don't know why that pencil is not working for some reason. which is really strange because it is a Stabilo, but I think maybe I got some Mod Podge over top of the tip, maybe? That can kind of make it not work sometimes. And so I'm just going for more like an emotion-driven spread rather than anything else. And what I mean by that is I want my colors to convey strong emotions, and especially with red, you know, well, with any color, you can convey emotions with any color, but for me, I kind of gravitate towards red. So I just, like, I want to kind of keep that collage, but I misplaced the lips. But I'm gonna try to work with the shape of the lips because it does convey kind of like surprise, you know, like an open mouth, I guess. And like I said, I'm not going for any kind of a realistic look here. And because this is in my art journal, I tend to kind of leave things, and then later on, like even sometimes like many years later, I can come back and like say, hey, I want to, you know, I want to redo this. I'm just going to bring some dimension to this over here. And I'm going to try not to fuss too much. Now, I think with the hair and the pattern, I do think I want to put a pattern on here. I'm just feeling it. I don't know why, but I'm thinking if I put little circles in here, it's going to mimic the circle here. And then I think what I'm going to do is I am going to put a bindi here, and this is going to be now another circle. So 1, 2, and then if I put the circles here, that's 3. So I kind of tend to work like that. And okay, so let me see here. I just want this to be like a whimsical kind of a spread. And I think I'm gonna fill it in with my white chalk paint, which is actually cashew, so it's not like a titanium white. It's got a lot of yellow undertones. And I don't know why, but I'm just like really drawn to making circles. I don't know, it just makes me happy, I guess. And I think, I don't know if I should fill it all up, like every bit of it, or just this side. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna see if that's gonna work. So I may not do it like on this side, but I'm just going to kind of now it is bleeding a little bit, but that's okay. I can always come in after it's completely dry and put a second coat of it. And I have these like, you know, lines when I was searching for my face here, and you know, this lip over here is looking also again like very like open, like it looks like a kind of an open mouth, but I'm just gonna leave it. I'm not gonna fuss with it too much. and I'm just gonna draw some eyes here. And the great thing about working in my art journal is I just, like, I'm so free, you know? I'm not really worried about, oh, does this make sense? And blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm just, you know, kind of in a much more relaxed space, I guess. And I am actually going to leave all the lines on the face, and I'm going to leave the red over there because I just think it kind of like looks interesting. You know, it's a little bit jarring, I guess, but I'm going to leave it for now because I don't know what to do with it. I don't want to mess with it too much. And over here, gonna bring in some of the red. And I don't know if it's done. I really don't. I don't know. I think it needs a little bit of something here, and I don't know what. But because I am going to be working through this book and I'm going to be making more videos exploring color, I can always come back to it. So I'm going to leave this just as is because this is the way I normally work. Like, just say I'm kind of like, I love so much about this. Like, I love this part, the circles in the hair. I'm loving this pattern. I love the sun. I mean, I'm just, there's so much about this spread that I'm really digging. But I also feel like it's not really kind of complete. Like, I feel like this is complete even though they don't have any, you know, facial features. I feel like this is a complete spread. And I also feel like this is complete even though I didn't paint in the lips or whatever. But I don't feel as if this is complete, but it's okay. Normally when I work in a journal, I will, you know, work in it and then I'll leave it, and like I'll work on this page and then, you know, I'll come back to it. So like I said, for now it's done, but I have the intention that I am going to come back to it. But this was me exploring a very hot palette, and there's so much about it that I'm loving. And I do think I will revisit it in the future and work on it a little bit more. But for right now, I think I'm going to call it done. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.